Hey there, everyone. Welcome back to some more Let's Play Lobotomy Corporation. In the last episode, we successfully handled day 12, and we didn't lose anybody. We ended up getting a abnormality who can improve our justice stat, because work with it is high for anyone who does justice work. Let's get in there and we'll do a summary of that abnormality. I think name was Crumbling Armor. And then we'll prepare for the day. Now, a heads up, everyone, that I wanted to talk about the Lobotomy Corporation and some things I am considering about it when it comes to recording it for my channel. Because I'm a little worried that this game is going to become more demanding of me as we go forward. But I would like to get to the game proper and talk about this later, so as not to... It's going to take like 20 minutes to talk about it, and I don't want to do that at the start here. So at the end of this video, if you want to hear what's going through my head about Lobotomy Corporation and why we may stop playing it around day 25, hang out for the very end of the video. We'll talk about it there. But right now, we're going to talk about Crumbling Armor. So, this is an amazing abnormality because it lets us work on our justice stat. The repression work is high at all levels for anyone who decides to work with it. And it even is high for instinct work at level 5. This is fantastic because now we have abnormalities of the Teth type that let us work on our instinct, insight, temperance, and repression. And at least for insight, it lets us continue to work on it until it reaches level 3, which is Scorched Girl. So this is working out pretty well for us. I'm really glad we got this abnormality. Now, that said, we can't send anyone in to work with it if they have instinct work of level 1, because it will instantly decapitate them upon completion of that work. We also cannot send anyone to work with any other abnormalities with attachment work if they've worked with this abnormality on repression work, because the armor will kill them. That is, if they have that artifact. But I don't understand this so well. It must have been the glowy blessing effect that we saw on Dia, and I think it was Heisel at the end of the day. They had this blue flame glowing behind their heads. And so it's a little bit like the Fairy Festival, I think, in that regard. So we just have to watch it until it fades off of them, and then we can send them in to do attachment work with someone else. But it's nice having someone who can do, again, repression work here. Having an abnormality to do that is really handy, especially because the repression work is high here. Alright, so something else I think I want to do, everyone, before we get started for the day, is I want to cover everyone's little avatars at the moment. Because I've noticed that for one or two of them, they have a new effect that I didn't notice before. Adorkable also has the Fairy's Stone on her. What is it called? What these girls? Wingbeat, hand 2 slot. See? She's got the glowing stone there in her left hand. So her work, I think, success rate or speed is what's being improved currently. Oh yeah, it's both. Success rate +2 and work speed +2. I think that's 2% for both of those. Hame has the Wingbeat as well. Nothing for you, Knight That Say Nay. Chris has the Crown of Thorns and the Gimp Mask. Let's see, the Gimp Mask is from this Teth. +2 hit points, +2 sanity points. We know that the Crown of Thorns is +2 sanity points and +10% success when working with 1 sins and hundreds of good deeds. Bruno, you have a matchstick in your mouth, and Windwater has the same thing. That comes from Scorched Girl, which is giving you +4 more hit points. I really like the look of it at you, especially with your face. Actually, both of you guys kind of have the same face. Oh, well, maybe, actually, I think that's what the matchstick does. Yeah, the matchstick gives you that little, the grimace, as it were, holding that in there. It's like a toothpick. I like it. Jason, you do not have any special effects at the moment. What does this have to give us? Ram horns. Okay. And I've got the same things that Chris Patai has. Dia has nothing, no gifts added to her yet. And Heisel has no gifts added to him yet either. Now, off screen, everyone, I noticed that Dia and Heisel have -5 hit points each. I don't know why they've lost hit points. I don't think any of their equipment would have them lose hit points. It's not also a part of the training team. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why that's the case. Maybe that's a bug? And their attack speed and movement speed is also gigantic at +10 each. Like, that's amazing to help us suppress, but I don't understand why they have that. There's no EGO gift associated with this abnormality. I was under the impression that its blessing is not a gift, so it works like the fairy's care. But maybe I'm wrong. But why does it lower their hit points if they still have... No, I don't... They can't still have it. Alright, well, I'm babbling. Okay, so a quick summary of our people. And let that say nay, and for anyone else who cares, at the end of this episode, I will go ahead and read all of the EGO information for the weaponry and armor that we have unlocked, assuming that it's different between them. Because I haven't been doing that regularly. We've been reading about the abnormality stories, but not the gifts they give. So we'll go ahead, the gifts they give, the weaponry that we can unlock by spending their unique PE boxes on them. So we'll do that at the end of this episode. And then after that, we'll talk about the things I am considering about this game. Alright, well, let's go ahead and get started. So, deploying people. Actually, let me say this part off really quick, because I like how this came out. Alright, let's get started. So, oh, and something else I noticed, by the way. A very nice touch, this. Notice the badge that Tillman has. Adorkable has the same badge on her left arm. That red badge, notice, I want you to look really carefully at Adorkable's. And now we'll go over to Hame's. Notice that there isn't as many stripes on the badge. This is kind of neat, and it correlates to that movement speed you see down there. In the, I think in the lower right-hand corner. We can see that Adorkable has +5, and Hame has +3. This is because Adorkable is a level 2 control team member. And Hame is a level 1 control team member. And I'm guessing all of the teams work this way. Yeah, Chris here has, looks like multiple stripes on his badge, same as Bruno. Jason and Windwater do not. And over here, none of us have one of those badges here. Alright, let's get started and begin moving people around, because we need some people in the safety team today. So, Bruno, we're going to move you to the safety team. Actually, and as long as I do plan to do this, but really quick, if I move you back over here... Oh, okay, you keep... Moving you around does not make you lose your information, as long as, I guess, as I haven't hit start day. Okay, so who's next? Over there. Tillman is going over here as well, as is Heisel. And what's the functions? Increases the virtues of fortitude and prudence for the department's agents. I guess they temporarily get increased stats there. Okay, we need someone else over here in the training team. And Chris, that's going to be you, so we can work on your justice stat. And the new guy is going to the information team today. Or maybe we actually move Adorkable down to the information team. Yeah, I guess that would be better. Yeah, we'll do that. So we're going to hire... Oh! That wasn't at all what I wanted to do. I wanted to name you. Okay, well, that's easily fixed. I wanted to add just all-in-one resource today, or as I like calling him, JR. Mike, we'll get you added in here today. Welcome to the team, sir. We'll try not to get you killed right away. All right, let's do this again. So we come over here, we hire JR. I kind of like the look of this girl. I think I want her having girl eyes, though. She needs some long lashes on her. I know they're here somewhere. This is like just a second or two, everyone. Hold on. There we go. We can give her a happy mouth. That's not so bad. Combat face. I kind of like that. Crazy face. Maybe we can change the panic eyes a bit. That's pretty good. That's pretty frightening. And dead eyes. Oh, all right, that'll work. I like this. All right, JR, welcome aboard. Now, I did check off screen for the stat increase, and it works, but not the way I thought it would. Notice JR's attack speed is 20 here. Knight That Say Nays is 15. This tells me that, like, we've never sent Knight That Say Nay into work on his justice stat yet. But JR's starting with a higher justice. The numbers now that our level 1s have are slightly increased. I think when you hire a normal rank 1 person, all their stats are 15. And so this looks like this is improving their stats at 5. 9 more points is my guess. It's distributed randomly amongst their stats. So that's, I kind of like that. It doesn't validate's the wrong word. It doesn't cheapen the amount of work we did with everyone else earlier to this point. I thought the way it would work is that JR, when we hired him, would have like 2 in everything. 2 justice, 2 temperance, 2 fortitude, or 2 prudence. So I kind of like this a little better. At least at this point in the game. I like this better, because it's not too much work to restart from scratch. Alright, so let's get people moved around again. So, Bruno, you're over on the safety team. Hysul is on the safety team. And Tillman is on the safety team. You know what, Adorkable? We will move you. We'll move Chris here. Adorkable, you're on the information team now. And JR is on the control team. Okay, so that will be our teams for today. It occurred to me that we've really got 3 abnormalities that tend to end up in any of these departments. And so, at this point in the game, it's not too difficult to work with these abnormalities, and I don't think we need the extra people. Maybe this is a big mistake and we should have some people to throw into the meat grinder, but I'm not going to hire anyone else, even though we have more slots open to us at this moment. We'll just work with 3 people in each department. Maybe on day 14, we'll hire 1 more person for each department to have an extra body. We'll see. In any case, we're going to go ahead and increase your stats, Adorkable, a little bit. You just earned Temperance level 2, so I'm actually going to give you Temperance level 3 for 2 LOB points. Okay, and I think that will work. JR, we're not going to... You'll be fine. You're doing work with the control team to start. You don't need anything else increased. And I think we're good with everyone else. It's Fortitude 2, and you want Prudence 2 if you want, like, Chris to work with Spider-Bud. And we don't know what this new abnormality is yet. We'll find out in a few seconds. I don't remember what I selected from the last screen. I never remember. Alright, we'll just hold on to our other LOB points. I don't think we need them at the moment. Although, Adorkable, if we level your Fortitude again, we could have you work with Scorch Girl for a while. Well, let's not do that at the moment. Let's go to the EGO list next. Alright, so who is getting what? I think it would make sense, Adorkable, because you have red eyes, to give you the Red Eyes Teth armor also. You're currently wearing this suit, so the Red Eyes suit is better in every way. And it has a passive, plus 0.25 movement speed when suppressing if wielder has 2+ fortitude, which you do. So, Adorkable? There you go. Now, as long as I'm here, I should pay more attention to the suits of armor that I've got. Because the Soda armor is not as good as the Penance armor, for example. So we should probably not have you wearing this armor, Chris. It should be different armor instead. Yeah, we'll give you the Penance armor instead. No one's going to wear the Soda at the moment. Like that, say nay. I think that's also good. Who's part of the information team? Windwater and Jason. I don't want anyone to get Void Dream's armor quite yet, because I don't want people to take extra damage from red. Matchstick Girl, you guys will be working with. You all have Prudence 1 or 2. You're endured against red damage, right, Adorkable? 0.8. You'll probably stick to working with Forsaken Murderer today. It can't kill you. And it'll let us get your instinct work up. Okay, so the only person then we have left to assign is, in fact, Jair. So, for you, sir, it would make sense then that we give you the Penance outfit. Or we could give you the Soda outfit just because it's your first day. This lets you stand out to me that you are new. Like, brand new. And we don't want you contributing, we don't want you fighting if we can really help it. But we still may end up doing that. Actually, you know what? We will do that with you. Yeah, you're gonna have to help us fight. For weaponry... we'll give you a wing beat. Someone else should have this Engulfing Dream weapon. Let's see. Who's gonna have that? Knight That Say Nay, we'll give it to you. And I think everyone now has a weapon. I wouldn't mind giving it Regret to someone else, but I don't know who I would do that with. No, we'll be fine at the moment. Okay, so, that's finally it. I think we're set to deploy, everyone. Give me a few seconds to save this part off. And we're good to go. Let's go ahead and get started with day 13. And sure enough, yep, we have a whole nother department over there. Okay, so let me go off screen really quick. I'm just going to move people around to assign them to their control groups. We're going to have 3 different combat teams today. So give me 1 second. All right, everyone. Everyone's in their containment units, so this is Suppression Team 0. These are the Peacekeepers. And this is Aftermath. Okay. They've all now been grouped. Let's recall everyone back to their cells. You know, we haven't really even looked at the training team's big room yet. We should do that before we go any further. Because we haven't stared at that yet. We looked a little bit at the information team's area and this giant, weird plastic cup that gets some sort of liquid injected into it occasionally, but not this one. So it looks like we got some sort of singularity up here, floating in the air. But wait. Dia is still affected by the armor? Oh, that's interesting. I didn't realize that that could be a thing. Oh, wow. I need to be careful then. Or her hit points could greatly be reduced. Does she lose more hit points when she still works with crumbling armor again? Is it a trade-off for... That's interesting. I don't... It does mean that we can't send her to do any more attachment work while she's glowing. Let's have her do some work with Spider Bud. And someone's got to do more work with the crumbling armor. Chris, we'll have you work with it. Actually, I'm kind of nervous. You've only got 51 hit points. Well, this will let me test to see what happens, I suppose, with the crumbling armor. So while you guys are doing that, Jason, we'll have you work with Void Dream. Adorkable, you need to work with Forsaken Murderer today. And Windwater, you're to work with Scorched Girl. Insight. Make sure you do this correctly. It's gotta be instinct work for Adorkable. Okay, so over here. It's an Olympic team of some sort. They're all wearing gold medals. This is the new abnormality. One of them is sleeping. We don't see the tallest one behind them all. I'm assuming it looks the same. That's interesting. I'm guessing it's insight or attachment work to work with them to start. They're all wearing exactly the same outfit. Reminds me a little bit of, oh, what was the movie called with the creepy kids who are all aliens that can stare at someone? So someone's got to walk in there to do some work. So it's going to be Heisel or Bruno. Heisel, you have the glow too. So we can't send you in there to do temperance work, if I suspect that's what it is. Let's have Bruno go in there. Bruno, I'm so sorry, but we're going to have you go in there to start. And we'll start with temperance. Interesting. So the armor's blessing is still on us. How do I get that off of us? The blessing makes it so that I'm going to die if I work with any attachment work with it on. And it also makes it looks like it makes it so my hit points decrease. We'll know for sure when you're out of the crumbling armor, Chris. Now up here. Oh, here's my people. Okay, so let's recall you all there. But Hame, we're going to send you in here to do attachment work. Jayor, you need hit points. Let's send you down for the can of well cheers. And Night That Say Nay, over here for the fairies for more temperance. And we've already finished with No, we haven't finished level 1. Level 1 is still happening. Let's say nay. You go in here to work on your attachment, and let's look at what's happening here. Okay, attachment is awful. Oh God! Bruno's gonna go insane. Okay, everyone who has Team 2, which consists of Bruno, needs to run over here immediately. Because Bruno's losing all his sanity. Stop him! We don't want to kill him. Windwater, you move over there. Crap. Where's he going? To Void Dream. So we have... Oh, we have a Green Dawn coming up as well. Okay. Adorkable, yep, you move in there. Dia, move you here. So this is our first time someone's gone insane. Where am I at the moment? Come on, guys. We need to suppress Bruno. He's killing clerks! Okay. Well, Tillman. Yeah, let's have you suppress him. And then we need to run you away because you're taking lots of sanity damage. You two, we can't let... Okay, I understand what's happening. Where am I? Dia, move over there, please. Chris, move over here, please. Where the F am I? Where am I? Did I die? No, I'm around somewhere. Go and suppress him, me. Yeah, Jason, we have to run you out because you're taking sanity loss. Like that Sene, you have to help with us with this. Oh my God! I walk over here just as he runs away. I'm not gonna catch him. He's killing everyone. He's gonna kill everyone. Run! Keep running from him. Okay, we have to move away. We need our sanity restored. Jason, we'll keep you outside at the moment. Okay, so while we're recovering our sanity, Jason, you're the only other one who has a sanity weapon. Alright, so attachment's not at all what we want to do with this guy. Oh, crap, we have Scorch Girl who needs someone taking care of her or she's going to break out. Heisel, in you go as quick as maybe you can. Hopefully before that meltdown happens. Really? Really? You missed. Chasing him down that hallway is not likely going to be a good idea. Tillman? Wow, Tillman, you need to move away. Actually, you need to keep running. You keep running. Okay, don't keep running. Turn around now. Stop. Stop. Cover your sanity. Jason, if he runs back in there, we'll help deal with him. I'm assuming this does restore sanity. I think it does. Okay, the weapon's an awful weapon to try to suppress someone with. Someone I care about, because we can't catch him. Get him! Oh my god! Please suppress him. Okay, I need to run away because I'm badly hurt and for sanity. Okay. Crisis averted. Holy flipping crap, that was stupid. Alright, everyone go back to their rooms. Except for you, Jayor. You're gonna stay out here and do some more attachment work. Okay, so it's not attachment we want to do with them. Is it insight? I guess it's insight work. This is our first sanity monster creature as well. So we can't really send Tillman in there because Tillman's armor is not the best for dealing with them. I'm not... Oh, I guess we can send Heisel in. Although we now have a minus 4% chance for you to succeed at that work. No, we're not going to do that, Heisel. Who has a lot of prudence? Dia does? Dia does. And Tillman does, but his armor, he'll take more damage from them when he fails that work. Actually, Bruno, you should be fine. We just have to not do temperance with you. So let's have you try insight work instead with them. Holy crap, one of their eyes is burned out. Alright, Bruno, we'll try it again. And this time you'll try insight work with them. Scorch Girl's work was only okay. Oh no, I'm sorry, that was Open Can of Well Cheers was okay. Scorch Girl's work was good. Okay, so... Bruno, in you go again for insight stuff this time. It's interesting that they have a minus 4% tagged outside of them now. I guess it's because someone died while working on them. Like that say nay. Let's have you come over here for some insight work. And do you have the glow now as well? Yes. Okay, so Chris has the glow. He hasn't lost any hit points yet, though. So let's have you come back up here again for more repression. And Dia, you'll work with Spider Bud for instinct. Okay, insight's much better. Oh, stop! Stop! Okay, no one's going to any other rooms. We're one away from Green Dawn, so I need to prepare for that after we're done here. Holy crap, Bruno. You take... That's a lot of sanity damage whenever they damage you. Wow, -6. Holy crap, we might lose you again! Even though insight's the correct thing to do, we're gonna lose Bruno again. Okay. Crap. Up you go to handle him. You were the cutest girl, now you're the scruffiest girl. Let's put you back up here. Knight that say nay, where are you? We unfortunately need you to help us here, because when he goes insane, which he did again, where'd he go? Oh no. Okay, it's an interesting... I suppose Yosma was weaker than I evaluated. Please take care of him immediately. We're trying. Hame, you'll get a chance to swing at him once. Knight, we need to move you away, because if he walks back into here, that's the end of you. Knight, please stop doing what you're doing and hit him. Good. And now hit this guy. Good. Okay, it's over. I'm gonna go back over there. -8% now with these guys. One of them's lost their legs. They're all looking rather insane. This is a really creepy group. We did earn 15 PE boxes, so I'm going to go ahead and take a look at some of this. What is their managerial guidelines? When the work result was bad, the Kupaloth counter lowered, and the appearance changed. Insight 2. When the work result was normal, the Kupaloth counter lowered, and the appearance changed. Uh-oh. 3. When 5 or more employees died within the facility, the Kupaloth counter lowered, and its appearance changed. However, deaths caused by execution bullets were not recognized. What's an execution bullet? So it has a counter. That's important to know, because that means it can escape. Or something bad's going to happen. The next person that goes in, though, we're going to have the meltdown occur. So I need to get my sanity recovered on my people, assuming it does heal here. Let's see. It does, okay. So we'll wait for everyone's sanity to be restored. And then we'll move my people into their different combat groups to deal with the meltdown. Jason... This is probably a okay work result. My god, we don't have a way to actually do this with them. We need Void Dream's armor to take less white damage from them, and we need more prudence to send someone in there to do that work. We're not capable of doing that this episode. We'll still try to do it, but it's going to be frustrating. If it wasn't for Void Dream's weapons, we would have lost this day, thanks to this abnormality. Because I can't hit the person as they're running through the room screaming. Alright, so F2. Goes there, F3. Moves here, F4. Moves there. I'm glad we didn't have to kill them. The people who went... Poor Bruno who went nuts twice. I'm glad we didn't have to kill him, but that's annoying. Okay, so... One person... Jayor. You shouldn't be fighting. So let's move you back here. Actually, we'll put you to work with, with one sins. Does that really say whenever anyone dies? When 5 or more employees died within the facility. Employees, is that... Is that... That must be including clients. Alright, guys. Good luck. Let's move you in there. F2. Move up there to fight that one. Actually, F4, we can move you someplace else. You're the low levels. We can have you help fight up there. Okay, stop. So you guys, if I send you in here... I think we can kill another one. I think we have the hit points to do it. Look how Daffy Dia looks. Smashing them. Excellent work, guys. Excellent work. Put you back up here to recover your sanity. You lost quite a bit. How we holding up? We should win without losing me. Uh-oh, is there another one loose somewhere? There is! Oh, crap! Oh no, game. Why did you minimize? Okay, one second. I'll be right back. Okay. We survived. There was a fourth one. Okay, so it is one per department. So unlocking the safety team was probably a mistake. We shouldn't have done that. We should have focused on the training team entirely that day. All right, let's pull everyone back to their respective departments now that the ordeal is done. Jair, you'll go in here for some attachment work. Like that say nay. Move you here for some attachment work. Hame. We'll have you go to the can of well cheers for some insight. I would like to complete this once. We just need 2 more, 3 more? 3 more rounds in there. And Bruno, you've been good enough to so far survive all this for me. Actually, are we even able to complete this work, or do we, when we go in here, does it start over from scratch again? I think it starts over from scratch. I don't think I have anyone who can survive this. I don't think I have the prudence to do it. The only person who would be... So first off, we're not sending Tillman in there. He's got one of our 2 Void Dream weapons. There's no way I'm doing that with him. Windwater, you go here for some insight. Adorable! When did you get the mask? You're really thematic looking. I have to say I approve of this. Let's put you into work with Forsaken Murderer. And Jason, you'll come down here to do attachment with Void Dream. Over here, Dia, let's have you do more repression. Okay, so Chris used to have +2 hit points. Now he's at -3. So it is because of the crumbling armor that we're losing hit points. Does it get worse? Chris, what's your hit points? 51, 57. Dia, we'll have you do it at least one more time. I'll come over here to do... Actually, no, we'll send Chris in here to do instinct work with Spider Bud. Oh god, Tim, you said to me to do attachment work with Obakana Welcheers. You're lucky you didn't lose that person. I'm assuming that when the work is bad for Canna Welcheers, it's death. That must be it. It must be death. Alright, Jayor, let's have you work with the fairies for insight. Like that say nay. Attachment. I'm so nervous about this one. I don't know if we have someone who can actually handle that. Okay, someone's got to walk in for crumbling armor after this is done, so that will probably be Chris. Scorch Girl needs someone working with her. So Heisel will send you over here to do that. Oh, no, someone just walked in there. Heisel, you'll do work with her when that's done. Bruno... I don't know what to do about this abnormality. We need more prudence on our people. Oh, crap! Someone's got to go look at the portrait of another world. I guess I'll do it. Or we lose boxes, and we don't want to lose boxes. Come on, me. Go on in. Oh my god! Dia's now glowing orange, and she's now lost 10 hit points, so she has only 47. I don't like this armor nearly as much as I thought I did. How do I get rid of the blessing? Does it tell me how I get rid of it? I don't know how I get rid of the effect. Huh. Her repression stats went up more. Which is good. You're in your go... Oh, me? No, I don't want to go in there. I'm just going to go up here to do instinct work. Chris, where are you? I want someone who already has the blessing to walk in there. Here you are. Or Heisel can go in there. Oh, somebody needs to go to work with Scorch Girl. It can't be Tillman. It can't be Bruno. Windwater can do it. And Adorkable, we can have you work with Forsaken Murderer again. Actually, no, we'll, yeah, we should do that. Oh, Chris, here you are. You are here. All right, hold on. Let's cancel that order. So let's have you go in here. How do I handle this one, though? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, I guess I don't really want to fail it again. I know it has a Quillcloth counter. I know it's got a Quillcloth counter, and I know it's been decreasing. And I don't know what its ranks are now. So I don't think we go back in there today. I think we have to end this workday without fully understanding this one. And we'll make another attempt tomorrow. And I don't think I like Crumbling Armor at all any longer. I don't like having this debuff on me, effectively. It's a mixed blessing. We get more justice, but we lose hit points. I don't know if I like that at all. I'm going to have to send people in to really improve their fortitude before I put them in to work with Crumbling Armor in the future. And Chris is dying doing repression work in there. Wow, Chris, that did not work out so well for you. And now you have the same debuff. Now you've lost 8 hit points. So your max hit points are actually down to 43 at the moment. Forsaken Murderer was a success. So I think we're done with the day, everyone. I'm not brave enough, I think, to try to keep going after this abnormality. Actually, we'll keep going, but I'm going to just work on insight if I can, because we need people with more prudence. That has to be priority number 1 now. And we don't really have a whole lot that works with prudence. We'll send you back in there. Shayor, let's have you go back in there. Is it insight work? No, we want instinct work. And Hame, it's here I want you to work on your insight more. I'd like to say, no, you actually took some... Oh! You're taking damage because I'm taking damage. I'm lucky you didn't die. Let's get you regenerated. We have a red noon showing up, so that's the clowns. If I want to keep doing this. I think we do it. I need to understand what the... I need to know what the... Oh, God. But someone's got to walk into the... No, we're done. We're done. We didn't lose any agents. We didn't get any real significant understanding of this done. And we spent most of this episode trying to calm Bruno down when he went insane. We need more prudence on everybody. Okay. Let's... I don't want to send anyone into this, I really don't. We're not set up to handle that. It'll be you, Bruno, we put in there. We just have to give you better armor to resist these failures. So I can have a better understanding of how that abnormality works. Oh, what the heck's happening with Scorch Girl? Another... Oh, God, and she might get out. We have one Kupilov counter on her. We're going to end the workday. This was an awful day. So, we didn't lose any agents, thankfully. We have no better understanding of what this is at all. We've learned that the crumbling armor is actually a curse, as well as a blessing, but it's going to lower people's hit points more than I like. I don't know what to do about that. I think we have to ignore it. And people here need to get their fortitude up to 4. Or even 5 before I throw them back in here to make up for the fortitude loss. And I guess they're never going to work on temperance ever again. I need to figure out how to get rid of this blessing. I really wish it didn't carry over in between days. That's awful. And something's happening with my frame rate. What's happening with my frame rate here? Give me a second. Okay, my frame rate is also plummeting. So this has been awful in every way imaginable. So we're just going to end this workday after all. We're done. No one got promoted, so we didn't... Oh, we did get the training team unwanted kindness cleared today. Oh, so we did do it? I didn't think anyone got promoted today. It's 5 promoted got today, and we indeed did reach level 4. Okay, and it looks like she gained more max hit points. That makes up for a little bit for her the armor's blessing, I suppose. Okay, so it wasn't as bad of a day in the end. We need so much more prudence. Jason, actually, oh, you know what? So with, well, you gained Prudence rank 3, but you only gained 1 max sanity point to get you there. Tillman gained lots of, oh, right. So remember, everyone, I do have installed that one mod, Repression increases stats. And so because today we lost a lot of sanity, anyone who was losing sanity effectively got their Prudence trained a bit, which is why we're going to see probably a few people with increased, sanity points today. Except for you, Adorkable. You looks like you lost Prudence according to this. You went down to Prudence rank 1. We'll double check to see if that's actually accurate. Oh man, that was a really rough day. Alright, well we're done. Let's go to the next day. The bracelet shall not forgive those who hold greed in their hearts. Thus, it must only be worn by those in true need. Oh, it's a tool day today. Excessive aspiration would bring about unwarranted frenzy. It literally makes itself into the safest place on Earth. I got no clue. It's a tool, so it's not like you'll be doing work with this, Tim. It's a use thing. It sounds like this makes someone else crazy again. So we'd have a second crazy item. Second crazy item? We have that one abnormality, which requires more than what I've got to work with it at the moment. Do I want another thing that might require high prudence? Let's take it. How was your day? Awful. This was, well, we won, but it wasn't a fun day, Angela. During mine, I happened to notice that a certain employee filled their water bottle with Bear brand beer and proceeded to drink it during the workday. Sometimes I wonder what it would feel like to be intoxicated. One time, I was infected with a virus that prevailed throughout the net at the time. It caused me to perceive everything 10 times slower. They say intoxication is similar to that. Everyone laughed at the way I moved sluggishly. Excuse me, Manager? Your facial expression is hard to read today. If you need to say something to me, please do so. Angela, will you ever harm me? Sometimes humans excessively detest the existence of improbable things. When I said I was different from the others, I detected disbelief in your facial expressions. Perhaps I'm beginning to like you. Sharing emotions with someone is a precious experience. Yet now, you are asking me if I plot against you. I have never had any plans, nor do I have any will to harm you. She is lying. It seems Netzach has yet to show up. Man, why did the meeting room have to be so far away? You already know my name, right? Got anything else to say? I do, Netzach. Could we talk later then? I don't really want to be bothered right now. You look a little dumbfounded. You know, this isn't the kind of place where we preach how we're so honored to have you as our manager and whatever. Well, not like you were expecting that anyways. That's right, I'll be level with you. I don't like my job. I really want to quit if I could. But I can't, can I? I'm here against my will. I don't know what the grand ambition or aim compelled you to stand where you are. Don't care either. For me, I don't even remember ending up at this place, yet I have to play this role I didn't want to take. He's an AI. This is what you've been programmed for since the beginning, Netzach. I never wanted to be responsible for keeping others alive. Whoever assigned me here, they were totally wrong giving me the job. I feel helpless. Employees die every day. There'll be no one to remember them. No one to honor their sacrifice. The safety team is in charge of, well, the safety of the employees. Pfft, employee safety. You'll understand how hard it is to maintain that once you try it firsthand. End the day without a single death. That will never happen. Let's just get that out of the way. If it's the death of an agent, we can do that. If it's the death of no one, never. I don't see that ever happening from this day onward. That will never happen, so we're never completing this task. I don't see that. I don't see how that ever happens. How on earth does that happen, Netzach? Clients throw themselves right in the middle of combat all the time. Especially, we have an insane abomination. Or rather, it's an abomination. We have an abomination that makes us insane. It's just never gonna work. I don't know. Let's, I guess the tool's gonna go in here. Let's expand the training team this time. Do you want to expand the training department to get going with management? I'm sure it'll be very useful, Manager. What's up with my frame rate? It's so awful at the moment. Okay, so we completed that work. Well, you know what? Maybe improving clerk stats will help us out. They might not die so quickly, so let's do this. Or, well, then again, we could use better prudence, and this will let us learn faster. So no, we'll do this instead. And NetZach wants us to end the day without a single death. I have no clue how on earth we do that. All right. Well, I don't think we learned any stories this time around either. Yeah. Elijah had a large army to provide for. We didn't get anything done because of how tough this was for us to handle. I think the only way we can really handle that abnormality is to give someone Engulfing Dream to go in there and fight with. And that should be someone who probably has a ranged weapon because they're less likely to take damage. So I guess we can give it to Heisel, right? He's got a gun. He's like, look ridiculous. But we'll probably do this next episode, and we'll put you in there. What's your prudence is 46. Bruno's better. Oh, Tillman now has 70 prudence. So we could instead put Tillman in there and give him that armor at the penalty that he has the Void Dream weapon. So we'll have to do a little bit of weapon swapping. Bruno will get your weapon, Tillman, at the moment, in case you go insane working with that abnormality. But we'll have to do that later. All right, so... Okay, so we didn't learn any stories today, but I wanted to read the EGO weapons. So we're going to go ahead and do that. I think how do I do that again? Is it details? Okay, it's the details. So we'll click on the details and read about all this for the weapons and the suits we have so far. And then after that, probably tomorrow, I'll add onto the end of this video my... how to describe it? Well, let's wait on that. There'll be more of this video after the weapons and the suits. I'm going to talk about Lobotomy Corporation and the upload schedule for my channel with it, because it wasn't a series I was intending to play for long. And it's turning out this is going to be a longer game than I originally anticipated it being. So I want to talk a bit about that, but again, that'll be at the very end of this episode. So let's go ahead and read about our stuff. And is it different? It is different. Okay, so let's go ahead and start. So, the fourth match flame. The fire roars and burns like the first flame. The light of the match will not go out until it has burned away happiness, warmth, light, and all the other good things of the world. There is no need to worry about it being quenched. The experiments with lighting the matches could not be completed without collateral damage. Those who are burned will feel infinite hatred towards the world until the last flicker of their consciousness is snuffed out. Penitence has a plus 5% chance, a 5% chance to recover 10 sanity points on attack if wielder has 2+ justice. To know means to understand. We successfully extracted the archetype and materialized it, and the observer reshaped it into a weapon. This is why we highly regarded the act of observation. The eye sockets of the hollow skull stare into sins, and the crown of thorns cast blame. Those who are willing to spill blood for the greater good will be readily given approval for its use. Though this weapon is not as strong as other EGO weapons in our possession, it provides psychological comfort to the wielder. However, it is useless to those who do not know justice. And Red Eyes? Movement speed plus 0.25 when suppressing if wielder has 2+ fortitude. The spider bud has dozens of eyes, and its children were always hungry. The tenacity carried over to the EGO, demonstrating an outstanding ability to track down targets. The eyes shone in the dark, searching for prey to feed to its spiderlings. The weapon emits a glowing red aura to find victims in the darkness. One should maintain caution, as the wielder can become possessed by the spider should they look into its alluring eyes for too long. Regret. Bearing unlimited possibility to change humanity's future, confidential research began in the underground. The researchers laid down all sense of dignity but they did not feel guilty as they had the greater good to pursue. Even the merciful Carmen condoned the project. Enemies crushed by this regret can never return to their normal life. Before swinging the weapon, expressing one's condolences for the demise of the inmate who couldn't even have a funeral would be nice. Soda. This EGO was last extracted by an employee who practically loved shrimp. A pistol painted in a refreshing purple. Whenever this EGO is used, a faint scent of grapes wafts through the air. And Wingbeat? Graced by the fairies, the weapon radiates a pale light. Despite its cute shape, the EGO itself is rather heavy. Engulfing Dream. We must be awake at all times. Not even sweet dreams and a sound sleep are allowed here. This weapon shall wake those who swim in such illusions. And when the crying stops, dawn will break. Fourth Flame Match Armor. The archetype was already charred from the moment of extraction. Although the exterior is scorched, it has no adverse effects on the EGO's performance. The Ashley design reminds one of the hatred against all the merry things in the world, and the desire to burn it all. However, no one knows whether it actually is fireproof as the design suggests. Penitence. Heals plus 10 sanity points with a 5% chance upon receiving red or black damage. Conventional firearms were ineffective against abnormalities. Using them was as futile as cutting water with a knife. That was when we asked ourselves, if abnormalities are materialized from the unconsciousness, it may be possible to extract a piece of it back from them and turn it into a weapon. Results vary depending upon the observer. The Crown of Thorns will sometimes protect the wielder's soul. The thorns may momentarily hurt as they anchor your soul into reality. The suit will be no better than rags to those who have no sense of guilt. And Red Eye's armor? Its hunting instincts cannot be suppressed. This persistent and cruel weapon shows no mercy to friend and foe alike. Wait, this is the same as... The text is the same as the weapon. This is the same as... Oh, this is almost the same as it. So, the first sentence is the same for regret. The dignity of a straitjacket death row inmate wasn't something worth keeping intact, so no one felt guilty for him, even as his brain rotted. Now the straitjacket is nothing but an accessory to the hatred and anger that remains. Employees who feel constricting pain while wearing this suit must undergo a thorough psychological examination. And Soda? A suit of armor that feels like you're wearing aluminum. It's quite light for armor, so it's rather comfortable to wear. Some say it smells of sea salt when worn for a long time. And the Wingbeat? The sprouting wings are as mischievous as fairy pranks. Those two pairs of flimsy wings will obviously never move. Wearing this EGO may make it easier to receive the care of the fairies. Engulfing Dream? The soft wool is so warm and cozy it makes you drowsy. The more entrancing it is, the bigger the disappointment will be when dawn breaks. The longing grows so deep when I wake at the crack of dawn, yet all I can do is wait for you with my eyes closed. You, who will never come. Alright everyone, so that does it for us. That was a kind of an awful day. While we didn't lose an agent, that was pretty demoralizing. It was the first abnormality that we couldn't study. I just didn't have the stats to do it. So tomorrow we'll try using Hysul to study it, though. Oh, well, sorry, not Hysul. It'll probably be Tillman that studies it. And if you know how to get rid of the Armor's Blessing, please tell me, because I already hate it. I already hate it on some people. I guess if I was to start over from day one, I could get rid of it in that way. Oh, man. I don't want to do that already. Alright, so that does it, everyone. Thank you guys for watching. but I'm going to add a little bit more onto the end of this video, and it's going to be talking about Lobotomy Corporation and I don't know how way to phrase it. There are things, I want to talk about some considerations I have when I upload a video to my channel, or a new game series to my channel. And so if you want to hear what goes through my mind when I make those choices, and in particular what I'm thinking about with Lobotomy Corporation, then hang on and we'll talk about it in a few seconds. So give me a few seconds to save this part off first. Alright guys, welcome to the end of the video. We're now going to go ahead and talk for a while about some of the things I consider when I choose a game to play on my channel, and in particular, how a few of these considerations impact us playing Lobotomy Corporation. If you don't care about any of this, well then there's no reason for you to listen to any more of this video, and thank you for watching what you did. I had a lot of fun today trying to manage whatever it is those sextuplets are. I'm gonna figure them out, but we'll have to work on that a little more in the next episode. But in any case, I have some things to think about in regards to Lobotomy Corporation, and maybe you guys would be interested in listening to it. It's going to take a while. This is probably going to be close to 20 or even 30 minutes, because I want to make sure I cover everything here, and give you guys an idea of what's going on in my mind when I make these choices. And you know by now, I like blabbering on a lot. This is already taking like 3 minutes to do this part. We haven't even begun talking about what goes through my head. So let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing that I think about when I choose a game to play is the most important thing I think about. How good am I at the game that I want to record? I'm not a meme gamer or let's player. I don't interject funny pictures when I play. It's straight from my desktop to your desktop. And I try to play the games competently and completely. I like knowing that I know what I'm doing, and I like showing off that I'm not a scrub lord, for lack of a better term, when playing a game. I don't mind losing in a game that I play, and I will keep those losses when they do occur on screen, because I think it adds to a bit of the danger of me playing a game. You don't necessarily want to watch a Let's Player go from point A to point B without any challenges. And so keeping deaths on screen, I think, adds to the spice of the game. You don't know if Tim's going to beat a mission for a fact, because Tim occasionally loses. On the whole, though, I expect to do well in the games I'm playing. Well enough that I'm not dying constantly in an episode, whatever the episode is. So, on that note, I tend to avoid doing blind Let's Plays these days. I haven't... of course, there are games I still play blind. This is one of them, for example. But I like knowing a game from beginning to end, unless it's a horror game, or there's a lot of story in that game, so I can explain the game mechanics and not get hung up on things I don't understand. At the very least, I generally prefer having like an hour or 5 under my belt to understand the basics of a game. Underrail, for example, is a game where I got to the deep caverns with a character, and then sometime later decided, no, I'd like to record this game, because I felt I could do it justice, showing that I knew how to make a character, I understood what the game demanded of me, and I understood enough about the game mechanics that things wouldn't be confusing to me, whereas I've seen, unfortunately, many other YouTubers playing it struggle to understand some of the gameplay with it. These things combined are one of the reasons why I'm a little nervous recording real-time strategy games. Games where I have to manage multiple people, more than 4 at the same time in real time, is... I think it's It's pretty demanding of my capabilities these days. I know I don't sound it, and maybe I don't look it, but I'm almost 50. And real-time strategy games, fast-paced twin-stick shooters, and fighting games like Street Fighter or the like, I'm not so good at them any longer. I've won a tournament or two in Soul Calibur when I was young. I've done really well in Samurai Showdown 2. I used to be really good at the Warcraft series, and I used to be fairly decent at various twin-stick shooters too, but not any longer. I don't react as swiftly as I used to. When I recorded StarCraft 2 and Homeworld Emergence, for example, as well, those games required my complete attention playing them. I did add narration to the games, but it was me watching me play the game after I had already recorded it, because I couldn't do both at the same time. I'm bringing that up here for Lobotomy Corporation, because this is a real-time strategy game. It's a real-time strategy management game. And it's great, but oh man, guys, I'm not sure I have what it takes to win. In my StarCraft 2 playthrough, I was playing on hard, and I reached a point near the end of the game. There was one planet where the sun would sweep across the face of the planet, and you had to keep moving your structures from deployment zone to deployment zone to keep ahead of it. And I couldn't beat that stage. I tried something like 8 or 10 times, and I made no progress. Like, I was not getting better at all at it. And I remember making a video saying that I've got to lower the difficulty to normal. It's the only way I'm going to be able to beat this stage. And it's not a knock against StarCraft 2 or the difficulty setting. It's just, it's beyond my capabilities. With Lobotomy Corporation, there's no lowering the difficulty. There is perhaps choosing different types of abnormalities, but I don't know what these abnormalities do until I research them. And that's one of the really fun things about this game, is learning what the different abnormalities are and trying to pick and choose ones that work well with your idea of how to handle the corporation. Until you get a handle on those abnormalities, you're behind the 8 ball, I think is the right expression. You're not doing so well, and you have to figure out a way around it. I have a hunch that Lobotomy Corporation may end up like that one game in StarCraft. I may be at a spot in this game where I can't do it. I have an abnormality or a few of them which are too tough for me to handle, or there's too many game mechanics present and it's overwhelming to me. I want to get that out there so you guys have some expectations on what I can do, because I'm having a lot of fun with this game, but I'm not sure in the end if this will be a game I can clear. The next thing I consider with a game on my channel is how long will it take me to beat that game once I start recording it. It's a bit weird to think of it that way. Time passes rather quickly. But when I begin a game, assuming that I'm not playing it blind, and this is yet another reason why I don't do blind Let's Plays very often, I like knowing when I can expect to finish a game that I start. Long-term tactical games with a story, for example, Ogre Battle 64, Final Fantasy Tactics, Felsier Arbiter's Mark, Xenonauts, XCOM, UFO Defense, for example. These are all long games to beat, and you can expect them to take about 60 or so videos, assuming you do like one video per level or map. Other games are long because it's a long story, like Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines or Planescape Torment. They're like, again, about another 60 or so videos. If I upload a video every other day, and they're an hour long or so, you're looking at about 130 days, 120, 130 days to finish a game that has about 60 videos in it. It takes about 60 hours. And it's difficult for me to keep that upload schedule, especially during the next few months, because I like walking and going out hiking in the fall to early spring months. So finding time for this is going to be tricky. When I began playing Lobotomy Corporation, my intention was to play this as a type of horror game. I didn't realize this game was going to be a long game. I thought maybe it would be like 25 days and done. It looked like a cute little monster management game. And I'm beginning to realize it's actually got quite a bit of story to it. There is some actual really horrific things happening here. And between the story and the gameplay, there's probably at least going to be 50 to like 70 videos for this series, right? We got to make it, I think, to day 50 and clear that day. And I have a hunch the later days are going to be required to be broken up into more than one video. Now, this is in addition to the fact that this game is a roguelite, which I didn't realize at first. I know it now, and I know why it is now. Because when you handle an abnormality, you may not do so well in it. Like, we didn't lose anybody to whatever this is, but we came close to losing the day altogether. If I hadn't done what I did with my Void Dreams ranged weaponry, we had no way to catch Bruno, to stop him from making everyone in the facility insane. And we would have probably lost those agents at the end of the day had I just tried to complete that day. I have a feeling many more of those days await us in the future, and if we have to restore from a memory repository, or heaven help us, go back to day 1, because I have a situation unfolding that I cannot manage, it's gonna take a long time to finish Lobotomy Corporation, and, well, that wasn't what I had planned when I first started recording it. So it's something else I consider when I start a game. Another thing that I think about is, if I play this game, are the videos I upload going to be in nicely segmented episodes? Lobotomy Corporation so far is working. We can do one work day in a video. You might remember the first 2 videos for this game, we did the first 2 days in one video, right? We did Onsen's and the Fairy Festival, and Well Chairs and We Can Change Anything. This was one video, this was video 2. But now, each video is one abnormality. I have a feeling as we go forward, this is going to have to be split up. Like a single workday will have to be 2 videos. Because I really don't want to split this up into like 2-hour episodes. I could do that. That's a lot of time investment to sit down and play the game in one go, though. But we'll see what happens. So, generally, though, games lend themselves to easily deciding when to start and stop an episode. In the case of like StarCraft or Sacrifice or Homeworld Emergence, those RTSs, it's a level. For FPSs, depending upon the type of FPS, it can be like 1 to 3 levels, like it was for me in Duke Nukem, or 1 level with Serious Sam. For a longer type of role-playing FPS, like System Shock 2 or Prey, it's playing for an hour, and then you stop. The same thing for other role-playing games, like, again, Planescape Torment or Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines. Play an hour, get a few tasks done, excellent episode, wrap it up at that point. But this game's going to be a bit tricky because of the length of time that these days are going to take going forward, especially. I do like doing the summaries and showing me making the choices I'm making on screen. I know some people really want to see every decision I make, and I think I would like to keep them. So that's going to add to the time of this as well. Next, when I start an LP, how likely is it that I'm going to abandon it? One of the reasons I record and upload games is because it encourages me to finish the game that I play. I really loathe leaving games unfinished, and it's one of the reasons why I don't play games blind. Often, I'll play a game that I've gotten pretty far in but never completed in order to finish the game. Or sometimes I can tell right away from the beginning that this game is a game for me. I like the voice acting or the story, and even though I haven't beaten it, I still want to finish it, like Dragon Age Origins, for example. But sometimes... well, sometimes it doesn't work out. Sometimes the late game isn't as balanced as the early game. Or sometimes the story ends up going in directions that I don't find enjoyable. I think I've got 5 or 6 Let's Plays total. I think actually it might be only like 3 or 4 on my channel that I never finished. I know one of them is Hand of Fate. I may not even have it on my channel any longer. The beginning portions of that game were great. I really liked it, and I loved the reading the cards and the story. And the combat was fun too. But later on, it became quite an amount of grueling work to finish some of the fights, and I began not to like it as much. This is always a risk when I play a game blind, and it's one of the reasons why I feel so guilty as well, is because Hand of Fate was recommended to me by Destruction42K, one of my viewers here who's watched me play Lobotomy Corporation. And I feel really bad about not finishing it. I feel like I let him down, and I know he feels a little guilty about that too. He wanted me to like the game, and I do like Hand of Fate. But it wasn't a game that I think I wanted to record in the end, and I don't regret my time spent with it, but I didn't like the ending parts of the game as much as I liked the beginning of it. Yeah, I feel like I'm not completing my obligation to you viewers, and so let's talk about that for a little bit. I view the games I upload as a type of contract with you folks. You guys get energized and enthusiastic to see me play certain types of games on my channel. It's fun to watch me play a game that you have played, and that you're like, holy crap, Tim, I love this game, and now you're playing it. This is great. I get to watch you bumble through all the mistakes that I made as well. And for some people, they might not have ever seen this game, and they like watching me play it. Maybe some people will even go and buy the game after I play it. Or maybe some people, like me, for a game will realize, oh, this game looks great, but this looks like it's too much for me. But I'm really glad you're playing it, Tim, because I like the way you play these games and the way you do the narration and talk and so on for it. And I really don't like abandoning the games, especially when I know people are really interested in watching them. That's most of the games I upload. There's only been 1 or 2 games on my channel where I uploaded and it didn't have any real traction. Resident Evil 2, the remake, was actually one of those where no one really cared. I still to this day have not even played Chris Redfield in Resident Evil 2, just never got around to it. In any case, you want to watch someone play the game competently and in an entertaining way. That's what I want when I watch someone play a game. And if you're getting that, and then you find out that the person suddenly stops the game because they no longer like it or something like that, that's disappointing to everyone. I feel like I'm letting you down. You guys feel disappointed as well. I don't think Lobotomy Corporation is going to do that to me. I'm just mentioning this because this is something that I consider when playing a game. It reflects Lobotomy Corporation only because this is a blind Let's Play for me. Also because if we do stop playing because the game's beyond my capabilities to finish, that's tough. That's a tough one. I can't think of any game that I've actually been recording where I stopped it because of how difficult it was for me. But I can see that being a case for a type of game genre that I'm just not good at. Another thing I consider is that I generally don't record multiple long games to the channel at once. And I like having 3 to 4 series going at the same time. This is more of a guideline than a rule. Sometimes I'll break it, and I'll upload like 2 really long games at the same time. I think last year, for example, we were playing Pathologic and Underrail at the... No, we weren't. No, we finished Underrail, and then I started playing Pathologic last year. But this year, we were playing Felseal Arbiter's Mark and Underrail at the same time. And I did that to get me addicted to Underrail and stop me from recording 1,000,000 episodes of Felseal right at the start. But I prefer sticking with like one long series and then other shorter ones. I know the games I upload to my channel have different amounts of fans who want to watch them, depending upon the type of game it is. Not everyone has the time to watch every single thing I upload. I wouldn't expect that of anyone. I upload all the time, like 2 videos a day if I can, an hour long each, assuming I'm able to do that. I'm single. I don't have a family, and this is a hobby of mine that occupies most of my free time when I'm not doing other things. And so I've got the time to record them, but I know many people don't have the time to watch them. By breaking up the long, by having there only be one long game I play, that's basically like having some people watch a TV series, right? Or a cartoon series or anime series or something like that. It's quite an investment for someone to sit down and say, I'm going to watch all of these from start to end, as they get uploaded especially. And by breaking up the videos into different types of games of different lengths, it also makes it so that if someone's not interested in any of the games I'm currently uploading, maybe the game that gets uploaded after one of the other ones finishes is something that they would like. And I like having a large variety of the types of games that I play on my channel. For this year, for Halloween, I was expecting Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines to be the long game. It would take me about, I'm guessing, 43 videos or so to finish it. Maybe a little less, maybe like 35, but around 35 to 43. I didn't realize that Lobotomy Corporation was such a long game. Again, I'm guessing it's going to take us 50 work days, 50 in-game days to finish it. And that's assuming we don't retry a day. That's an extra video or 2. If we have to eventually go back to a memory repository, that's anywhere from 2 to 7 videos being redone. If we have to go back to day 1, that's an extra 50 videos? I don't know. That's quite a time commitment for Lobotomy Corporation. I'm not saying I'm not going to do it, but it's something I am thinking about now. Do I want Lobotomy Corporation to be a 100 video long series? I don't know. I don't know yet. Something else I consider, and I think you guys are probably thinking about this right now, but Tim, well, don't record the first few days then. Well, I don't like doing things off screen. Will this game require me doing that? So, Felseal was the first game I did this in a long time. And the reason I don't like recording things off screen is because if I'm doing that, I'm doing it because I'm sparing you guys some aspect of the game that I think you guys won't find enjoyable. And this usually means that I don't find it enjoyable either. With Felseal Arbiter's Mark, I think I had about 30 hours of the game played off screen because I needed to grind levels on my characters in order to have them be of equal level to the final stages in the game, level 40. I had to level something like 30 people from level 36 to 40, and that took a while. That took a while. In Hero's Quest 1 through 4, you need to practice casting spells to increase your aptitude at using them. I guess you don't have to do it, but it makes the game much easier if you're highly skilled with spells, or throwing, or some other aspect of your character. This requires you doing repetitive actions over and over and over again on screen. And it can take an hour or two to do it for each individual spell. And that translates to 2 or 3 in-game days. And it's awful. And I didn't want anyone to watch me do it. And although it's hidden from you, it takes a toll on the player to do that. Oh, what the heck's happening there? Don't minimize on me, game. Please don't do that. I know that if we reset to day 1 for Lobotomy Corporation, that I have the option to get some of the early days done off screen, but I don't really want to. Because I feel like it's important to me if I start over and the game begins feeling like a grind, which I don't think it will, but it might. I need to show you that, hey, this is beginning to become work for me. And I hate when a game begins to do that. At the end of Thalcio Arbiter's Mark, we left the special dungeon completely unexplored, and I didn't care to do any of the other hunts or the really long battles because I was done with the game at that point. I had over 100 something, like 110 hours in leveling playing the game, and 30 of it, a third of it practically, was spent grinding, and I was done. I just wanted to throw in the towel and finish the game. I liked Thalcio Arbiter's Mark, and I still do, and I think it's still a good game, but oh man, that grind was awful. And I would need a year or 3 before I finally go back to it to do that again. In some games, the grind is hidden, and you don't notice it, or it's so interwoven with the game mechanics that it's not a concern. Loop Hero is one game where the grind is perfectly done. It's, you play the game and you don't care about the grind. It's great. And there are some other games where that's fine too, like Don't Starve, where you go through the process of getting all the resources, assembling your island and stuff like that, and it's fun to do that. But other games, it's not so well hidden. I'm not sure how that will be the case here for Lobotomy Corporation. So, those are the things that are going through my head in regards to this game, and some of the things I consider about choosing a game to play to my channel. Let's summarize it now for Lobotomy Corp. I wasn't expecting this to be a long game, and I'm quite surprised it is. That's fantastic, that there is so much in this game, that you can play it for so long. I wasn't expecting that at all. I know this game is a roguelite, though, and it's Lord Daon, I think is his name, pointed out that for the Lobotomy Corporation, especially for people who have played it, they know that it's really difficult to beat the game in your first attempt. It's expected for you to fail during your climb to the final days. And I have a hunch that will be the case for us. I don't really want to grind off screen, and I don't necessarily know if I want to redo it from the get-go. Maybe we can do that once, but I don't know. I'm also worried that this is a real-time strategy. I'm not very good at these anymore. I think this game will demand quite a lot from me going forward, and I don't know if I've got what it takes to see it to completion. It's very entertaining, this game. I like this a lot. a whole lot. So here is going to be my contract with you folks. We will continue to play this game. One upload every other day, assuming no real-life stuff jumps up in front of me, up until Thanksgiving. So for you guys not in America, that is the week of November 25th or 24th or so. Like the last week, full week in November is Thanksgiving for us here. So we'll get about another 14 or 16 videos for this uploaded in that time. If any particular abnormality or grouping of them is proving to be too tough for me, and retrying the day isn't getting me any closer to beating it, or to understanding that abnormality or dealing with it, I will consult with you folks for advice. I won't immediately decide on screen to restore a memory repository or go back to day one until you all have a say in it as well. Normally, I get pretty demoralized if I'm getting beaten badly at a game, or if I fail a stage 20 times, 10 times, I need to take a break because I doubt myself and my abilities to beat that encounter. Dark Souls is such a game where I had maybe 1 or 2 times where I was pretty demoralized by the game. Those stupid archers in Orlando. God, I hate them so much. That was awful. But I won't become demoralized, Tim. I will wait till you guys can give me some advice as to what to do. On that note, by the way, please, I still don't want any spoilers. Unless I ask for them. I really, and this could be a small tangent, I really loved this abnormality today. I don't understand how to handle them yet, and they're difficult for me to get the boxes from. So it's going to be some time before we understand everything about it, let alone get its ego weapon and suit. But I think we can handle it so far. It just may take a few days, in-game days, to finally finish this one. But if you do know how to get rid of the blessing that this suit of armor gives to people, I would like to know if it's possible. If it's not possible, that's also fine. I can figure out a way to make it work. It just might mean that Dia, Chris, and Hysul, they're on guard duty for the most part, and we work on improving their other stats and never Temperance again. That's all. So we'll have a committed combat team who works with the armor to get the repression up is all. But again, I would like to know. So if you know, is there a way to get rid of the blessing somehow, that would be super useful. Because I would really like to know if that's possible. So I can maybe have them work with Temperance again. But if not, again, that'll be fine. If we do restart from day one or load from a different memory repository, I will try to choose different abnormalities when they show up, ones we haven't studied, so that this way it won't quite be as grindy for me. I don't even think the game will be grindy. It's pretty easy to get through these days, if I think about it. And with the mod installed that lowers the LOB point cost for hiring people, me customizing them, that will make this much easier for me to recover quickly back to these days as well. So maybe I'm making a mountain out of a molehill, and it won't really be a problem. But if we do start over from day one, depending upon how far we got, I think I'm willing to do it once. But if we have to do it a second time, I think it would be better to wrap up the series then. I don't want to install any mods to lower the difficulty of this game. I think that is cheating. Or it's not what I want to do. I feel... I don't have much pride, viewer. But I like to think I can handle the games I play, for the most part. I don't like cheating. And while I've done that for Aeodor Genesis, it's only because the game cheats so badly too, that I felt it gave me an equal footing with it. And even then, you know how Aeodor Genesis ended. It did. I hated it because of that cheat. and I'd rather give up at that point, throw in the towel and say, not for me. This game is for someone else instead. So, there it is. So, that's all my thoughts about Lobotomy Corporation and some of the things I consider about the games I play on my channel and why this game, I like this game. We will definitely play it up until Thanksgiving. But we'll talk again when after Thanksgiving arrives that weekend. We'll do another video on this game, and we'll talk a little bit about it more after that, and we can decide what we want to do. At that point, I will probably have a good idea if I can handle what this game is demanding of me. Because maybe, even if I like it, and you guys like watching me play it, and oh god, I love having a game that you guys like watching so much on my channel as well. Oh, if I'm just not good enough at it, I don't want to run into that wall so many times. And I know you guys want me to have fun playing the games that I play. This isn't about that. This is, thank you, but by the way, this is, I just want to make sure that we understand, like, if I do stop playing this game, it's not because I'm going to be spiteful or something like that. It's just because it may be too long, and it may be beyond my abilities to see to the end. And I'm beginning to say the same thing over and over again, so I'll stop here. Thank you guys for listening to all of this, and I will see you in the next video, where we will probably have Bruno go insane, try to work with whatever the heck this is again. So I'll see you guys then. Take care, everyone.